Hey, it's Rob from the Bobs here, and yes, I'm back, like I said I would be. Mostly videos twice a year, International Booker, and the other Booker. Okay, and we're going to start. So, the first one is, what an introduction, eh? We just burst into it. In Ascension by Macinnes. Now, what to say about this book? There's a lot. Okay, it's one of the few times I think a literary sci-fi novel was actually longlisted for the Booker. It's about this woman who has endured trauma and she becomes a famous scientist. And these traumatic incidents keep on popping up in her life. That's for starters. Now, in the first part, well, there's many parts, but in the first chunk of the book, she is exploring. She's commissioned by her scientists to on an underwater mission where they discover this crater. They explore it, but it doesn't go that well. I'll leave it at that. Then, a few years later, so I'm trying to, you see, I don't want to bog you down with details because this is that type of book, because I could say, and then this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. So I'm really trying to think it out slowly. And then there's a connection between the crater in the sea with a sort of opening. I don't know how you would call it. A kind of opening in the sky which connects these two. And in that, the characters kind of discover the secret to life, or the origins of life would be better. I think, that's how I would describe it. Then it involves communication. Would I say with aliens, with other beings? But it's not that explicit. That's up to you. Now, I compared this, and I've said this a million times, though in print, though, that is very, very, very similar to Carl Sagan's Contact. Contact is also about a group of scientists who find a kind of gap in the sky and use it for communication. I don't know why people keep on comparing it to Ted Chiang. No, I read that too, which was filmed as Arrival. This is very similar to Contact by Carl Sagan. In my opinion, anyways. So, it's about, communications, about discovering our life. It's a very rich novel. It's a very heavily detailed novel. It's a novel that takes its time. It develops very slowly. It unfurls. And yet, for me, I really enjoyed it. I kind of like slow novels. I like it when they move at this nice pace, because then you'll get a good payoff. And I think there's a very good payoff in this book. In fact, people have been saying that the last part is the best. Well, you've got a good build up to the last part. That's it. Okay, so this gets a 9 out for me, 9.5. I like I said, I really enjoyed it. I like novels like this. Sometimes science fiction is a little bit difficult for me, or more fantasy more than sci-fi. I find sci-fi interesting, but I don't have enough time to explore it that much. So yeah, this is good. This is good. I wouldn't call it a page turner, but there's a lot of intrigue, and I really like narrative voice as well. There's something about it. Yeah. So this gets it's my first one I started with. I read this back 2 months ago because I waited for all my Booker books to arrive. I've got 8 so far, so that's good. So I can have a steady thing of reviews, steady flow of reviews. Okay, that's all I have to say. In Ascension, Macinnes, a good start to this year's Booker Longlist. Bye.